So do you work with addiction now? Do you work with addiction personalities?
I do. I work with people in recovery.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't work with people whilst they're
in the throes of addiction.
But once they've been clean for a while and they've been through rehab, yes, and I love working with people.
And how do you work with addiction?
Well, I work with them in exactly the same way as I would work with anybody, and I know that in AA and the 12-step program sort of do make a division between normal people and addicts. And I think that's important in some ways for addicts to feel that there is a difference. But at the same time, I also think it's important for them to know that everyone's an addict.
Everyone's an addict?
Everyone's an addict.
Is that the same as everyone's codependent on some level?
There are different levels to that, and certain, a lot of people's way of manifesting in their persona is that the addiction is not obvious on the outside. There could be patterns of behaviour that are serving as addictions and functioning differently. Everyone has a different style of what they use as crutches, but what you're ultimately looking for is to maintain balance. And for it not to become threatening to your life or stop you living fully.
So how do you gauge whether the addiction that everyone has, whether it's serving you or not, whether you have balance or not?
Well, I don't think any addiction is serving you, really. If you're aware that you're using something as a crutch or a dependency in order to hide something from yourself, or you feel it's unbearable, then it's not serving you to keep the plaster on. But at the same time, it's a sort of, it's an individual choice to decide when to let go, when to give up, and it might never, that moment may never come in a lifetime. It might be too much this lifetime, for some people, and for other people, they're ready to go, have a look at all their stuff, take it away, get really clean and out of the fear.
Well, I presume addictions are a coping mechanism.
Yeah, and for a really good reason usually. We don't have defences for no reason. We've formed them for a very, very good reason originally. It's forming a relationship with a client that allows the client to understand that was then and this is now, and what was needed then is not necessarily needed now, and to offer them choice. They may not take that choice. That's okay. It's not up to me to tell them or anyone what the path is, but to present choice. Yeah.
So what's the qualifying condition that means someone's ready?
Willingness. Willingness from the client, from the individual to go, I've had enough.
Okay.
I'm bored of this pattern. This pattern, I am now ready to do whatever it takes. The love affair with this is now too much. I don't want it. I've had enough. I'm ready. Yeah. So
how do you work with addicts? How do you support them in the process of letting go of the crutch?
The most important part is you're present and you're alongside them in their journey without judgment. You stand there and you hold their hand and you remind them they're not alone. Just knowing you are not alone and that you have someone you can go and see who can hold the frame and contain you and be with you without controlling you or disconnecting is in itself really healing, especially when they don't have an emotional investment in you, like a family member or a partner, or that's very powerful.